New week, the NFL starts off positive for your boy. How about that OJ Howard under 19 and a half receiving yards last night? He didn't even sniff a target. Cash. I'm in my hotel room. We got Tyler Dalsin with us here on CorBET. So it's college football week 2, NFL week 1. I've got my college football plays ready to go here as we're recording on a Friday. So we'll get to those and then we'll rattle off some NFL from Ty Dalsin. Let's see here. I like Ohio State. Ty, you got a good look at them when they took on the Gophers. I thought this line was short. I thought it was short against the Gophers too, but they ended up pushing. What do you make of Ohio State? I'm laying the 14 and a half at home as Oregon comes to town. Former BC quarterback Anthony Brown at the helm. I'm not very impressed by him, but apparently Vegas is.
Yeah, no, I definitely watched that Ohio State Gophers game. Gophers came out real hot. Tough loss to Muhammad Ibrahim. That was a nasty injury to watch, especially when they slowed it down on Twitter. But I think Ohio State being at home, I think they haven't been used to playing in front of a packed crowd. It's going to be their first time since 2019. So I'm thinking that they just roll right through Oregon. So I like that pick by you.
Home team is kind of the theme for me. I like Tennessee as a home dog against Pittsburgh. That'll be a kind of nice, cool ACC, SEC battle. TCU against a really poor Cal team. TCU minus 11 and a half at home. I think we can get 2 touchdowns out of that. I think Penn State is itching to score after they just eked out a defensive battle win over a ranked opponent, the upset, so to speak, against Wisconsin. I think they're going to blow out Ball State at home. I've got them minus 22 and a half. Let's see here. You like this? I was thinking about going to this game. I'm in DC, but I'm heading up north to New York here tomorrow. How about, Sunday, Navy Air Force. Have you heard about this? Service Academy totals. They're like automatic unders when these two play each other. I'm falling for the bait. I've got under 40 and a half in this game here in Annapolis.
Wow. Yeah, no, those games are always huge defensive battles. Especially the Navy Army. You don't see many passing, so the clock's normally just constantly running.
Right.
But I don't know much about Air Force this year. Usually I know that they do generally have a little bit more of a aerial attack, but 40 and a half. Usually when those teams play each other, it's a rivalry, and usually both defenses show up to play.
And Navy just got blown out by Marshall in their week 1. So that was interesting. 2 more home dogs I have. I like BYU as Utah comes to town +7. I think that's going to be a good late night game tomorrow night. And then Rice against Houston. I'm not a Dana Holgerson guy. They had a piss poor performance against Texas Tech. Rice almost covered against Arkansas, but a late touchdown allowed Arkansas to cover. See if Rice can get the hook here +7.5. I'm all over BC, $200 on them, but that's not an official play because it's not responsible in any way. What's your lean on the Gophers, Ty, as they are looking to get into the win column? I believe they've got Miami of Ohio coming in just Correct. Under 3 touchdowns for the favorite as the line.
Correct. Yeah, I think the Gophers get the job done, but I don't know. Anytime that the Gophers are favored anywhere close to 21 points or more, that's just a huge line. I'm going to stay away from it. I think the Gophers win, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 14-point game.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I lied. My last one, I like USC to blow out Stanford. Let's get to Ty Dalsin's NFL plays for week 1.
All righty. So I got 5 plays here. I'll just rattle through all of them, give a little bit of analysis for
of course.
All you guys that want to know why did I pick these games. So I got Bears, Rams under 46.5. Especially with Stafford being there with the Rams. Yes, he's a very, very good with throwing the ball and getting it downfield, scoring points. However, Bears defense, I would say, is above middle of the pack in the NFL. And Stafford hasn't had many snaps with these guys, so who knows how the chemistry will be. So I do like that under 46.5 in that game. I got the Cardinals Titans over 52. I think that with surrounding all these weapons around Tannehill, I think the Titans are going to be able to fill it up a little bit, as well as the Cardinals with Kyler Murray. Mm-hmm. He's just constantly on the move, and he's a lot better at personally than Lamar Jackson because he can actually throw. So I like the over in that one, over 52. I'm also on the Washington football team -1 over the Chargers. I actually am all over Washington football team on a lot of their futures. So I like them at home. I think they got a lot better offense now with Fitzpatrick. You bring in Curtis Samuel, and they got Gibson, they got McLaurin, as well as their defense is also
Yeah.
pretty stout. So I think that they'll be causing a little bit of havoc there for Herbert. And with the -1 at home, I couldn't stay away from it. I got Raiders +4 Monday Night Football
All
against
right.
Baltimore. I'm not quite sure what's going on with Baltimore water here. I mean, there's so many of the running backs can't stay healthy, and that does not do well for Lamar Jackson, as Lamar Jackson loves to run.
Yeah.
Yes, he'll still probably get 100 yards rushing, but he hasn't proved much in the passing attack, and I believe he's going to need to do that against the Raiders, especially with the Raiders opening up in Vegas. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the crowd turns out there. And I think the +4 for the Raiders. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders went outright, to be honest. And then lastly, I got Vikes -3. I personally think the Vikes are gonna get it done in Cincinnati. Joe Burrow coming off of the ACL injury. Didn't get too many snaps in the preseason, and to be honest, I don't even know if he played at all. And Vikes front seven right now, knock on wood, besides Eric Barr, Eric Barr, Jesus, Anthony Barr.
Yes.
Besides Anthony Barr, he's questionable to play. However, the front seven, I think, is going to cause some havoc for Burrow. I think Burrow is going to be nervous, especially with that knee injury. So he's going to be throwing it away. And I just think the Vikings offense with a healthy Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Thielen, it sucks to see Irv Smith go down because I think he was due for a big year. Bringing in the New York Jet, though, Chris Herndon.
Yeah, so who's talented.
Yeah, he's talented. Obviously, he didn't do much with the Jets. So hopefully Vikes can get him a fresh start. Kirk Cousins loves a little 5-6 yard check downs across the middle. So hopefully Herndon can turn something in to go upfield from one of those. But I do think the Vikes get it done in Cincy.
All right, those are the plays. We're also going to tweet them out as well as we've been keeping standings for the football season. Sebastian Urban hopping in. He was on the Bucks last night. Oh, win but no cover. He's tailing you with the Vikings -3, and he's also got the Packers as road favorites at New Orleans, or rather against the Saints, right? Is that in New Orleans they're going to play since the hurricane?
No, they're actually playing in Jacksonville, which
that's right.
Okay, I like you bringing that up, where I guess the Saints decided they were going to play in Jacksonville because it's going to be so humid. It's going to be hot. Rodgers is 3-4 in Florida since being a starting quarterback. And it's the most expensive stadium out of the 3 in Florida. So that they think it's going to limit Packers fans from traveling. So
interesting.
That's why the Saints decided.
And yet the Packers still favored. So that'll be a game to keep an eye on. He's got a money line parlay with Chiefs, Rams, and Ravens. So he's playing the favorites there. That's the last one for Sebastian Urban. Okay, I'm going against you guys. I'm on the Bengals. I don't think Kirk Cousins travels well to the East Coast. Early game. I know primetime Kirk is the narrative too. Something about the home dog here with Burrow coming back. Year 2 under head coach Zach Taylor. They've got weapons now, even though Jamar Chase isn't familiar with the NFL football. I still like them +3. We'll see. It seems like everyone, their mother's on the Vikings. Tailing you with Washington. I actually grabbed this last week when they were +1. Not like it's going to make a difference. If they lose by 1, I guess we might, I'll survive with the push. But I love Washington. You mentioned it. The defense plays. This was a team people thought were going to make a Super Bowl run last year. They were actually just inches away from taking out the Bucks, right? If you remember, with Heineke and that squad. Now you've actually got Fitzpatrick, who can throw the ball with weapons. He's shown that in almost every single NFL franchise he's been at. So I like Washington. I don't know Justin Herbert was not a winner when he was with the Chargers last year. They've got a brand new coach. Give me Washington and Ron Rivera all day. A couple of overs here. I thought this was too low in Carolina. I think if Zach Wilson's what all the reports are saying, that he looks the real deal. All right. Well, and then score 3 touchdowns. Let's get this over 44. I thought it was an interesting total there in the Sam Darnold revenge game in Carolina too. We'll see if that low total can go over. Falcons, I've been staring at this number all week. Not the spread, it's the total. I think the Falcons are just a terrible defense. Their defense is not good. Secondary is awful. I think Hurts is going to run them over through the air on the ground. It's going to be interesting. Devontae Smith returning to Mercedes-Benz Stadium right after he lit up the playoffs and eventual national championship. Let's go over 48.5, and I'll just hope the Falcons won't piss away being a favorite at home. He's Ty Dalsin. I'm Dylan CorBET. This is week 1 NFL football on CorBETs and week 2 college football picks. Follow along on Twitter as we go throughout the season. We'll talk to you next week.